Hello everyone, I'm Victoria and welcome to my Instant Grammar Help video tutorials. Today we're going to talk about participle clauses and reduced relative clauses. So let's start. Look at this sentence. While she was living near the coast, Sarah struggled to adapt to the humid climate. Okay, we can see a complex sentence and it consists of an independent clause, Sarah struggled to adapt to the humid climate, and an independent clause, while she was living near the coast. So, to rephrase it, we can use participle clause. Living near the coast, Sarah struggled to adapt to the humid climate. So instead of a dependent clause while she was living near the coast, we can simply use participle form, living near the coast. And we should use a comma to separate this participle clause from the main clause. Okay, so let me explain when and what forms exist, what participle forms exist. You know, I love tables, and here is the table with active and passive participle forms. As you can see, there are two active forms and three passive ones. And now I'm going to show you step by step when we use those and how we can substitute some structures, some sentences with participle forms. Okay, so let's start with the first one, which is active, continuous form, but also it's called present participle, and that's what you probably heard before. So when do we use present participle? Okay, look at this sentence. When we entered the cafe, we spotted Tom by the window. So these two actions happened at the same time. Instead of using this dependent clause, when we entered the cafe, we can simply say, entering the cafe, we spotted Tom by the window. This is present participle active, and you can see that two actions happened at the same time. This is quite essential. So just keep in mind, if two actions are happening or will happen or happened or usually happen at the same time, we should use present participle. And the second part of this sentence indicates or gives us the tense, the actual tense. Yes, we understand it wasn't the past because we spotted Tom by the window in past simple. All right, this is one occasion when we use present participle. Let me show you one more, but this time with a negative particle not. Because he didn't know anyone at the party, James felt uncomfortable and left early. We have a negative dependent clause. He didn't know anyone at the party. And instead of this clause, we can use a present participle with the negative particle not at the beginning. Not knowing anyone at the party, James felt uncomfortable and left early. So if you have a negative dependent clause, you should use not at the very beginning of your participle clause. And just keep in mind, this is interesting. Remember stative or state verbs such as want, need, be, understand, and other verbs which are not usually used with ing ending. If it's a participle clause, you can and you actually should use it with an ing ending. And know is a good example, not knowing anyone at the party. All right. So this is about a complex sentence and how we can reduce this complex sentence, let's say, or how we can rephrase it by using present participle. Now let me show you how we can use present participle instead of a relative clause. And if you don't remember what relative clauses are, watch the video about relative clauses, and you can find a link in this video description. So the boy who is playing the guitar is my cousin. This is a relative clause, and actually this is a defining relative clause because we don't have any commas here. And this present continuous, right? So instead of this relative clause, we can use a present participle form. The boy playing the guitar is my cousin. This is called a reduced relative clause as well. So we can say present participle or reduced relative clause because we do not use who is, we just use this participle form playing. Yes, present participle. Okay, so this is present continuous, but we can use also the same form when we talk about some other tenses. Anyone who arrives after 9 a.m. will miss the meeting. So this is present simple. We are talking about future, but in this case, it's present simple. Anyone arriving after 9 a.m. will miss the meeting. This is the same participle form, present participle, which is used instead of a relative clause, anyone who arrives after 9 a.m. Yes, so that's how we can use it. And we can also use the same form linking two sentences where the second one reflects or shows the result of some action mentioned previously. He skipped breakfast this morning. As a result, he felt hungry all day. If you have to link these two sentences, you can simply use a present participle. He skipped breakfast this morning, feeling hungry all day. Yes, and you can see we use it at the end of the sentence. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Now let's just summarize what we learned at this point. We use present participle, which means this verb with an ing ending, to paraphrase or rephrase a complex sentence when two actions happen, will happen, or happened, or are happening at the same time. We also use it instead of a relative clause. And in addition, we use it when we want to link two sentences, one of which explains a result or gives a result of the previous action. Okay, that's all about present participle, and I hope it's clear now. Let's move on to the next form. Our next form is going to be a passive participle form, which is also called past participle. And I'm sure you've heard about these forms, right? So that's basically third form of irregular verbs or regular verbs with ed ending. Okay, when do we use those? Let's look at this example. When the document is signed by the manager, it becomes valid for processing. In this first dependent clause, we can see a passive form is signed. This is present simple passive form. Instead, we can use this past participle signed by the manager, comma, the document becomes valid for processing. So instead of this sentence dependent clause, we can use a past participle form, passive form. In the first place. And we should remember about commas, it's essential. Okay, or let's look at this one. The company, which was established in 1985, became an international brand in 2001. Apparently, this is a relative non-defining clause. Remember, non-defining clauses give us extra information. That's why we have commas here. And this is also past simple passive, as you can see. We can use passive participle or past participle in this case. The company established in 1985 became an international brand in 2001. You see, we use commas if it's a reduced relative clause. We actually can use this form at the very beginning, established in 1985, comma, the company became an international brand in 2001. But I showed you similar one previously. Therefore, I would like to mention that this structure and this form is also used after the noun, can be used after the noun, and it's called reduced relative clause. Okay, so let's move on and discuss one more situation when we use past participle forms. When we have conditional sentences, right? Kind of conditional sentences, because we have a condition and it's usually introduced by means of the word if. If you practice meditation daily, it can help reduce stress. Wonderful. So instead of if you practice, we can use these past participle form, practice daily, comma, meditation can help reduce stress. Yes, in this case, the subject is the same in both, not the subject, but the noun is the same that we are referring to. Practice daily, meditation can help reduce stress. Yes, so if you practice meditation daily, it can help reduce stress. So just keep in mind, let's just summarize when we use past participle. We use it when we rephrase a complex sentence with a passive clause instead of a relative clause, remember, and when we talk about some conditions with if sentences. I hope this is clear. And now it's time to move on and discuss the next participle form, which is passive. You see, passive continuous form being done, being discussed, being maybe repaired, etc. So let me show you an example. The house that is being built on that street will be finished next month. This sentence is a relative clause. It contains a relative clause that is being built on that street. And this is a defining relative clause because we're not using any commas here. And you can see clearly that this part is in present continuous passive form, is being built. So if you want to write it in a more economical way, in a more concise way, you can simply use this participle form, passive continuous form. The house being built, so you just get rid of that is and leave being built on that street will be finished next month. Yes, so this is called also reduced relative clause, and you can see we use this form after the noun here. And I'm not using any commas because this is essential information. Okay, we're now going to discuss perfect participle forms. And first of all, let's talk about active forms. Okay, perfect participle active. Let's read these two sentences. He parked the car, then he realized he had left his keys inside. It happens sometimes. Okay, so let's analyze these two sentences. First, he parked the car, and then when he closed the door, right, he realized that keys were inside. So he realized this is kind of a second action here. But first, he parked the car. That's essential. So it happened before he realized. So in this situation, we can substitute or we can link these two sentences, let's say, by using this perfect participle form, active, having parked the car. So perfect participle contains having, which indicates past action, the one that happened before another action in the past. Having parked the car, he realized he had left his keys inside. So first he parked, then he closed the door, and he realized. So the parking was the first action. So that's important. If you have a negative sentence, for instance, in the first place, since she hadn't studied for exam, Sarah found it difficult to answer the questions. You can see that the first action actually she didn't study, and that's why she couldn't answer the questions. If you need to use this negative form, we covered that previously when we talked about present participle with a negative particle not. So the same applies here. Not having studied for the exam, Sarah found it difficult to answer the questions. So you can see that we use not at the very beginning and then perfect participle because not having studied happened before she found it difficult to answer the questions, right? So just remember there is a sequence of actions, and if you feel or if you understand that one action happened before another action in the past, you should use this perfect participle form. Okay, and finally, we are going to discuss this last form, perfect as well, perfect participle form, but in this situation, it's passive. Okay, the report was reviewed by the board twice and it was finally approved. So it's clear that was reviewed is our passive form. And first, the report was reviewed twice and it was approved. Okay, so if you link these two sentences together and it's a passive form, you should use perfect participle but passive. Having been reviewed by the board, the report was finally approved. Um, so this is called participle passive form and perfect participle form in a passive because you can see having been and it indicates that it happened before another past action. All right. So I hope it's more or less clear right now what forms exist and when and why we use those. Let's try a little bit and paraphrase some sentences or link them together. Rephrase this following sentence using a suitable relative clause. She dozed off while she was reading on the sofa. Okay, I'll give you some time to think what form or what participle form you can use and how you can rewrite it. All right, let's look. I hope you have this one. She dozed off reading on the sofa. So, reading on the sofa is present participle form. And you remember we use it when two actions happened at the same time or almost at the same time. Reading on the sofa, she dozed off. You could use it at the very beginning as well. So, but in this example, I'm just showing you. As it is in our original sentence. And we should remember, to use a comma here. Okay, negative sentence. No one has claimed the bag that was left in the library. Let's think about this one. Okay. I hope you have this form, this sentence. No one has claimed the bag left in the library. We should use here past participle form, passive, because we have the sentence in passive, yes, relative clause and passive that was left in the library. So left in the library will be this reduced relative clause. All right. Let's have a look at another one. After he had completed his studies, Mark struggled to find a job in his field. Okay. All right. Let's check what you have. Having completed his studies, Mark struggled to find a job in his field. This is perfect participle active because we can see two actions and one happened before another action in the past. First, he had completed his studies and then he struggled to find a job. Therefore, we have to use this form, having completed his studies. All right, look at this one. The documents had been approved by the board, so they were sent to the legal department. Okay, brilliant. I hope you have this one. Having been approved by the board, the documents were sent to the legal department. And this is a perfect participle form as well. However, this time it's passive because we see clearly in the first sentence we have passive perfect, perfect passive form. And having been approved by the board is our rephrased sentence. Okay, so guys, so that's all for today. I hope now you learned a little bit more about participle clauses and what reduced relative clauses are. You know how to use them and how to rephrase sentences. And if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer those. So if you like the video, share it, subscribe to my channel, and let's explore more grammar in my next video tutorials. Bye bye.